But they're talking right now about doing Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul.
I know, I saw that.
Jake Paul apparently wants that fight. And he agreed to, I think it was 99% to 1, where Joshua gets 99% of the money and he gets 1%. See if that's true.
Got the Jake Paul thing. There's a lot of rumors that it says that 90-91 was accepted on his side, but I can't find like where he said it. I just like a lot of Instagram.
Maybe he doesn't care about the money. Like Jake Paul, like probably doesn't care about the money.
Well,
but
he has plenty of money, and if he won, oh my God, if he beat Anthony Joshua, good Lord. Good Lord. I mean, that's a big if, right?
I mean,
Anthony Joshua,
I do not think,
Olympic gold medalist, former heavyweight champion of the world. What he did to Francis Ngannou, like, good Lord.
Yes.
Do you want that smoke?
Yeah, I just think it's all about the promotion or whatever. I have no idea what the actual motivation is for that fight's not competitive.
Joe Rogan dove straight into the chaos of this wild matchup discussion, and you could practically hear the disbelief in his voice as he unpacked the idea of Jake Paul taking on Anthony Joshua.
Not competitive at all.
Well, it's a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him, for sure.
And will.
I mean, Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest one-punch KO artists ever.
Yes.
I mean, he's a one-punch fucking night-night guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great boxer, very skillful.
Yeah. The Ngannou fight, we all thought, it's like, Ngannou with Fury, it's like, wow, this guy's in the mix now. He's in the mix. Let's see what happens. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And once he got going, Rogan didn't hold back. He gave Jake his credit for being a real athlete, someone who wrestled at a high level and isn't just some internet clown pretending to fight. But as soon as the conversation shifted to what would actually happen if Jake stepped in the ring with a prime, Olympic, gold medal, winning, one-punch powerhouse like Anthony Joshua, everything changed.
The AJ Jake Paul news seemed to come to a surprise for many. How close are we to making that fight, Eddie?
Not that close. I mean, there are conversations. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome. But if he's serious about the fight, and if it can get made, there's a very good chance we'll do it.
Is it on Netflix, and what did DAZN have to say of the fact that it made
one of the hurdles to overcome? But we were going to have an 8-round run out in December. Just so happens it might be against Jake Paul.
Rogan just laughed and basically said, look, this isn't competitive. Until then, though, the matchup exists on that edge of madness, hype, and pure entertainment, the exact place Jake Paul loves to be. And that's when the conversation shifts to the real reason this fight is even on Joshua's radar. The money is enormous. Say what you want about Jake Paul, but he brings a tidal wave of cash every time he laces up the gloves, and Joshua knows it.
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he'd probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fight anybody else.
His legacy is already set: Olympic gold, unified world champion, a global icon. But a massive payday never hurts, especially right now. After that tough loss to Du Bois, Joshua went through a dark period, frustrated, drained, and questioning himself. So maybe a spectacle like this isn't just about boxing. Maybe it's about finding that spark again.
Mate, it's a great thing, so we can just shut that Jake Paul nonsense away. AJ's gonna knock him out.
Would it be similar, do you think, to the way AJ knocked out Francis Ngannou? Because Eddie Hearn's just said about the rage maybe AJ.
It'll be worse. It'll be worse. It'll be worse.
1 round?
1 round. But if he goes past 3 rounds, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah. If AJ goes in there trying to mess around, trying to show his boxing skills, nah. He's gonna go in there and light him out. That's all.
It's about getting that excitement flowing again and stepping into a mega event where the pressure hits in a different way. And let's be honest, if Tommy Fury could outbox Jake Paul, then Joshua would be almost guaranteed to punch Jake's head into the cheap seats. The fight might be wild and chaotic, but for AJ, it could also be healing, motivating, and nearly impossible to turn down financially.
Get it, right? If someone knocks on your door and says, do you want to fight Jake Paul for 100 million? You're like, you'd be stupid to say no. No, I don't want that 100 million for what would be and will be and should be easy work for AJ. Like, well, why are you going to turn down 100 million? Like, right? So I don't blame AJ and his team for taking the money. I mean, again, these guys are fighters, they're prize fighters. The biggest prize is the money. It's not the belts, people, it's the money, especially when you've already won.
And just when we're breaking down why Joshua is even entertaining this whole circus, big money, big spotlight, and a chance to shake off that post-Du Bois heartbreak, boom. Tommy Fury crashes the conversation like he just kicked down the studio door, and he starts cooking right away. He basically says, look, if I can beat Jake Paul, what do you think Anthony Joshua is going to do to him? And he's saying it with that classic Fury confidence, the kind that makes you wonder if he runs on espresso shots made of pure chaos.
If I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the f*** is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good is...
Tommy's laughing, roasting, and subtly reminding everyone that Jake couldn't even get past him. So how is he suddenly supposed to level up to an Olympic gold medal powerhouse? And honestly, he's got a point. We're over here talking fantasy matchmaking while Tommy's just shaking his head like, you can't beat me, mate. And I'm not even AJ. It's savage, it's hilarious, and it's exactly the reality check this whole Jake Paul heavyweight fever dream needed.
He gets beat by Jake Paul. Well, that automatically makes me two-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago, and now all of a sudden he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on, like you can't be serious. He can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just ludicrous.
And right after Tommy Fury roasted Jake so hard you could practically smell the smoke through the screen, we slide straight into Mike Coer stepping up with full breaking news energy, like he just sprinted out of a newsroom that was on fire. You can feel it, this man is buzzing as he confirms the madness. AJ versus Jake Paul is actually happening. Not in theory, not in fantasy matchmaking, but in a real ring with real gloves and real consequences. And the way he delivers it, you can tell he's half impressed and half wondering whether the boxing commission needs a group therapy session.
Broke the news here a couple of minutes ago that Jake Paul will be fighting Anthony Joshua next month in December in Miami. I know that it's a major business, but still got to give Jake Paul major props, right? He's fighting Anthony Joshua. We saw what Joshua did to the last non-world-class boxer he faced, which was Francis Ngannou, and flattened him in 2 rounds last year. So I think it's...
Carpenter basically lays it out. Jake went from a Netflix exhibition with Tank to waking up one morning and thinking, you know what? Forget the warm-up, let me fight a heavyweight Terminator instead. And somehow, it all makes sense, because we get why AJ took the fight, easy prep, a massive payday, and a low-risk, high-reward setup that would make any accountant smile. Listening to Coer break it down, you can't help but laugh at how surreal this sport has become. 1 minute we're debating legacy, the next we're checking the calendar like, wait, this is next month? It's wild, messy, pure peak boxing circus energy. And honestly, we're all tuned in, popcorn ready, pretending to be shocked while secretly loving every second of the chaos.
Is there a right to question AJ's ambition in the game when he takes fights against Jake Paul?
Sure, I think that's fair for anyone to question, but me personally, I can't blame him because it's a mega payday, and it seems like it's a low risk. You know, I think it's low risk. If Jake Paul surprises us, then fair play to him. And for AJ to get a warm-up fight in, so to speak, and make a bundle of money doing it in a high-profile event, I think it's a win.
And the wild part? Just when we're still processing Mike Copinger dropping that AJ versus Jake Paul bomb on us, boom, Bisping kicks the door off its hinges like, oh, you thought this circus had limits? We went from, is this real, to, okay, now they're just speedrunning the sport. Bisping breaks it down like he's narrating a documentary about the world's most expensive dare. Jake is chasing legacy, AJ is chasing a warm-up, and the rest of us are chasing answers like, how did we get from Tommy Fury to this? Everyone's watching the timeline fold in on itself while Netflix sits in the corner, counting imaginary replay money. It's like heavyweight boxing collided with a summer blockbuster trailer, and nobody's sure if we should be excited, confused, or calling customer support.
Given all of that, both men are going to make $92 million each. So forget my opinion, who gives a damn when you can bank $92 million for having a little move around in a boxing ring? Fair play, you can't on that. The reason I say it's a win-win for Jake Paul is because, listen, if he wins, then he's beating a former heavyweight boxing world champion, certainly one of the best heavyweights of his generation.
But Bisping goes full throttle, and honestly, I get it. He's basically saying, yeah, this matchup makes about as much sense as a toaster in a bathtub, but if someone waved $92 million in front of you, you'd be in that ring shadowboxing with a grin. And he's right. We can't pretend AJ isn't allowed to secure a retirement plan for his retirement plan. We can't pretend Jake won't spin this into a win, even if he gets launched into orbit. And we can't pretend we're not tuning in like it's Rocky vs. Thunderlips 2.0. The whole crew is watching because the chaos is premium entertainment. Whether it's a real fight, an exhibition, or a please don't sneeze too hard matchup, this thing is going to break viewership just from the sheer confusion. And honestly, I'm here for every second of the madness.
Of course, a man that is way bigger than Jake Paul. Of course, it's a win. And if he loses, it's still a win for Jake Paul because he had the balls. He was man enough. He was willing to test himself. He would prove everyone wrong, all his critics, like me. By the way, I'm not like out there on an island by myself. Everyone says the same thing. And he would potentially prove all of those critics.
After all that chaos and madness, you have to ask, is this real life, or did boxing just slip on a treadmill and faceplant? Here's the bottom line, this fight is the perfect storm of spectacle, strategy, and straight-up delirium. This isn't just another matchup, this is boxing waking up and choosing pure entertainment. Jake is chasing the biggest dare of his life, sprinting toward a challenge that most pros wouldn't touch without signing a will first. AJ is chasing a payday so massive it could fund 3 comebacks, 2 documentaries, and a luxury vacation for his entire bloodline. And the fans? We're all strapped in like we're riding the front seat of a roller coaster built by people who definitely ignored the safety manual. No matter how it ends, whether Jake shocks the universe or AJ launches him like a t-shirt cannon into the upper deck, this fight will have the whole world arguing, laughing, analyzing, and replaying slow-mo clips like their courtroom evidence. This isn't just a fight. It's an event, a storyline, a moment you can't scroll past. And the wildest part? We love every second of it.
There's no way that he loses to Jake Paul. Unless it's an exhibition match. Now, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, came out and said, we are not interested in an exhibition match. We only want a professional rules fight.
And how would it work? Would it be an exhibition?
No exhibition. So we're not interested in exhibition.
This is the fight everyone's talking about. The clash of the century that's part spectacle, part chaos, and all adrenaline. You don't want to miss a second of the drama, the jaw-dropping moments, and the insane, what just happened, energy. Whether you're a diehard boxing fan or just here for the wild ride, this event is pure entertainment gold. So strap in, join the conversation, and get ready to witness history unfold. So drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you got, what round, and is this pure genius matchmaking or total cartoon energy? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Catch you in the next one.